Hi, this is Joe from Two Blokes from Blighty, and before we get into today's episode, we're going to hear from our lovely friends over at Gaming Views. Take it away, Dan Squared. Come on.
Welcome to the trailer for Gaming Views. Think of it as the demo level before the real action kicks off.
We're Dan, and every week we're bringing hot takes, breaking news, deep dives, and everything gaming related.
From the biggest headlines to retro classics, hardware breakdowns, and inside scoops on developers, we cover it all.
So level up your gaming knowledge, subscribe to Gaming Views wherever you get your podcasts, and don't miss out.
Gaming Views is definitely not the demo before the main game.
Definitely not.
Gaming
it is the
Views
main game.
Is the award-winning centerpiece of Game of the Year. What a fucking podcast that is.
Marvel.
Anyway, Tim, let's get into the bloody episode, should we?
Get into the episode.
Let's go into that episode.
Inside every snail shell is a tiny disco ball. Disco isn't dead. Instead, it turns out it just got small. They've got boogie oogie up in their buggy bodies. These super freaks of nature just love to seek out funky hobbies. This is Tim from Two Blokes from Blighty, and I'm joined by my brother, Joey Fitz.
Tim, that sounded like a book that I read my son at night.
It's about disco snails.
There's a book that we have for him, and it's called The Kitchen
Bible?
Disco. The Bible, and it's the only thing he reads.
The only book.
It's The Kitchen Disco, and it's all about the bananas running a DJ disco in the kitchen for the fruit at night, and that's what that reminded me of.
Big fan. Big fan.
There you go. How you doing, Tim?
I'm good. I've got Evo on my other monitor here that I've kind of got one eye on at the minute.
What game's being played at Evo at the moment?
Guilty Gear Strive, we're in top 8, and there's been some upsets in bracket, and we're supposed to be getting our new season, well, potentially new season reveal, new character reveal happening today as well, so...
But hold on, we don't like Guilty Gear.
No, we like Guilty Gear, I'm just a little burned out on the balance at the minute.
What a time to freeze.
And there's also a balance patch coming next week.
Tim, so there, you froze.
You froze for me as well.
I said, I said, oh, we don't like Guilty Gear, and then you went, oh, and then it froze.
No, we're just a little burnt out on the balance right now, but there's a balance patch happening supposedly next week. So
they listened to our episode from Monday.
You're welcome, fighting game community.
And said, well, now we need to fix that Potemkin shit.
Yep, absolutely. We've got Potemkin in top 8.
We recorded that last week, and it's stuck.
Yeah.
You know, Potemkin bullshit.
Potemkin is bullshit, and he's in top 8 right now, and we can't allow a grappler in top 8.
No, we can't. Screw those noobs. Tim, we always start... I was going to say Gaming Views. We're not Gaming Views.
We're not Gaming Views. We wish.
We do wish. We always start with a pub quiz question of the week, so here's the jingle.
Pub quiz question of the week. That's not a jingle. That's a sound effect at best.
We have there is a fucking jingle, Tim.
Pub quiz of the week. As is the case every week, I'm going to go through some questions, and Joey's going to keep getting them right until he doesn't, and then that's our question of the week. Sound good?
Until he doesn't is a very brave way of saying the first question will be the question of the week.
No, because we're going back to British culture.
Oh, hooray.
Cool. Joey, what's the Cockney rhyming slang for stairs?
Apples and pears, mate.
Apples and pears. Joey, what pub chain is famous for cheap drinks and no music?
Wetherspoons.
It is Wetherspoons.
Fucking love a Wetherspoon.
I like a Wetherspoons. It depends on the spoons.
The guy who owns it is a colossal knobhead, but Wetherspoons is great.
Cheap pint. Joey, what colour, traditionally speaking, are British post boxes?
Red.
Good. What's the name of the dog in Blue Peter?
Dog.
It's not dog. I'm going to give you 2 more.
Peter.
It's not Peter.
Spot.
It's not Spot. We'll come back to it at the end of the episode.
I don't think I ever watched Blue Peter.
Am I right in thinking that Dad, for some reason, has a Blue Peter badge somewhere?
Maybe. Maybe. The only other thing like that I know of, it's not Blue Peter. I don't know why it springs to mind. Our older brother entered a competition on BBC when it was like the time that Blue Peter was on. And he had to send in a drawing of Smurfette and he won a karaoke machine.
That's a very tenuous link.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
I remember.
I remember.
No, I don't know why that sticks with me. It's just because it's BBC and it's something that he owns from that, or owned. He definitely doesn't still own it. But yeah, Tim,
Weird.
that'll be our pub quiz question of the week. And I'm going to play a long version of It Is Wednesday, my dude, because I forgot to find a day of the week. So
Here we go. You've
bear
got
with
2
me.
minutes.
Tim and Joey talking loud. Holidays that make them proud. Calendar check every week. Which day holds the key? Valentine's is on a pivot. Christmas Eve sometimes hits it. New Year's Eve can be found smiling on a Wednesday round. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Time to shake the mood. Celebrate whatever's there. Make the middle week a
fuck doing the whole thing. I found a jingle. I found a day, Tim.
He's so ahead of it.
I'm so ahead of it that I searched it all now. I don't know if you picked up. There was a bit where I thought I'll get away with a little burp here, but it was when the song went really quiet.
No, I didn't hear
it. In the edit, Tim, you'll just hear me go. Right, Tim. These are the days I've found. I've not pre-vetted them, so we'll see what we get.
We'll see.
What I didn't do is, Tim, we're recording this quite late, so August 3rd,
Yeah.
which is a Sunday.
Sunday.
We've already had the song, so we know it's a
We know
Wednesday.
it's a Wednesday.
What date is this going out? What date are the good people listening to this on day one?
It's going to be Wednesday the 6th.
There you go, Wednesday the 6th. Tim, I got 4 days for you.
Hit me with them.
National Fresh Breath Day.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
National Social Engineering Day.
Okay, yeah, no, that is an interesting thing to look into, at least. It's more interesting than Fresh Breath Day.
The National Day aims to raise awareness about social engineering threats and promote better cyber security practices.
Mm-hmm.
National Root Beer Day. Root Beer Float Day.
No. I don't like root beer.
I don't like a float.
I like a float. I like a Coke float, and I've had an Iron Brew float before.
Yeah, that is disgusting, Tim.
Nah, it's good.
Why would you go get a drink that's really lovely on its own and then go, I know, I'll put something solid in it?
Yeah, it's ice. Hello.
No, but ice is different because
It's solid.
It's just frozen liquid.
It's hard water.
It's hard water. Whereas what you're doing with a float is going, I'm going to put a meal inside my drink.
Oh, it's good.
Awful, vile things.
Good.
Bad. No. Imagine a rolled up newspaper right on your nose, bonk. And then National Wiggle Your Toes Day.
Well, I can't do that.
What?
So, I have, if I'm curling my toes...
No toes.
I have no toes. They're all one big toe. No, if I'm curling my toes, I can move my big toe independently, but all the others I can't move independently.
What?
Yeah.
Why did I not know this about you?
Don't know. I can pick stuff up with all four grippies like this,
Yeah.
but like if I want to like, I'm trying it now. I can only move my big toe independently.
I mean, I think that's fairly normal. I'm looking at my feet while I'm doing this. So. Yeah, I think that's fairly normal, but you can... If you stretch them out and give them a curl, that's wiggling your toes. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. And I can pick stuff up with my feet all the time. It really annoys Jenny.
Oh yeah,
She calls it weird monkey feet.
I like it.
Have you ever seen that comedian Rob Beckett peel a banana and eat it with his feet?
No, that sounds
It's
horrific.
fantastic. Those are your 4 days, Tim. What do you like the sound of?
I'm gonna go with Wiggly Toes Days, and I want the audience to pick up stuff with their feet,
Nice.
but for today only,
For today
and
only.
exclusively with your feet.
And then after that, stop.
Bat your hands. Yeah, bat your hands.
Okay, cool. Tim, do you know what else happened on August the 6th?
What's that?
Some really nice, happy stuff. The President Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
Okay, yeah.
Brought that into law.
I feel like I'm about to be hit with like a massive left curve.
Microsoft invested $150 million into Apple on 1997.
That's good.
1945, the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima.
There it is. Yep.
So you can change your mind and have us be Little Boy Day, or we can keep with Wiggle Your Toes.
I'm going to keep Wiggle Your Toes days.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, well, suit your fucking self then.
All right.
Tim,
Yep.
do you want to do history or jokes? We don't normally do early jokes. Let's do an early joke.
We'll do an early joke.
Let's do an early joke.
That's pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's the joke of the week. It's joke of the week.
Well, hello. You don't normally introduce this. That really threw me off. So this is our joke of the week, where Tim and I tell each other bloody gut-busting jokes.
Oh,
Bloody gut-busting, Tim.
bloody gutbusters.
And the idea is that we make each other laugh with the joke that makes someone laugh being deemed the joke of the week. When that happens, the section is donezo.
There.
It's donezo. Tim, would you like to go first or second this week?
I can go second. I
Second?
feel like I go first a lot.
Okay, cool. That's because I introduce it, so I'm
That's
just
fair.
being polite. Tim, the next time you dislike your life, remember, it's all about perspective. I have a friend who reads 2 or 3 books a week, works out twice a day, no financial worries, and has people who want to have sex with him all the time. And yet he constantly complains about how much he hates prison.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Okay, cool. I'll get rid of that one then.
A backpacker got lost for 2 weeks in the Australian outback and survived by only drinking from puddles, which she had to do because her only other option was Foster's.
That is true.
Yeah.
Do you know, as a side note, I poured 3 cans of Foster's down the sink today
Oh, what? Why?
because it's disgusting.
That's
and
fair.
I bought it on a hot day and I thought, well, I'll mix it with lemonade and I'll make a shandy. And even the shandy was disgusting. How bad does a lager have to be that even the shandy is disgusting?
It's pretty rough.
That's really rough. Tim, I bought let me start that again.
Sure.
My wife bought a one-ball coffee grinder the other day. It's rubbish. Everything is either overground or underground.
Wombling free, isn't it? Yeah.
Swampling through.
Yep. What mountain is the smartest?
Oh. I don't know what mountain's the smartest.
Cleverest.
That's good.
That one made me laugh.
What mountain is the sassiest?
What's that? We'll go on.
The Himalayas.
That nearly got me.
I just made that up as well.
That's really good.
You like it? It's a
That's
mountain range, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
You can go. I can't
Oh,
tell
okay.
in a row.
Great. Okay.
But that one off the dome, people.
That's pretty good.
I'll be in stand-up in no time.
My granddad's final wish was that he wanted to have his remains spread over Disneyland, and also he didn't want to be cremated.
Oh. Oh, I don't like that. Tim, if you start a zoo, you need at least 2 pandas, a grizzly, and a polar bear. That is the bare minimum.
That's the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum. Have you heard about that golf ball that goes automatically into the hole within 10 centimetres?
No.
Just don't put it in your back pocket.
Oh.
Or your front pocket.
That would be very uncomfortable. I bought a vinyl yesterday called The Sound Wasps Make. I had a little speech thing then. I don't know what happened.
Wasps.
I bought a vinyl record yesterday called The Sound Wasps Make. I got it home and played it. Said to myself, this doesn't sound anything like wasps. And then I realised I was playing the B-side.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
okay.
That is good. Scotsman walks into a bar while on holiday in Canada and says to the barman, "What's that thing you got hanging from the wall?" And the Canadian says behind the bar, "That right there, sir, is our most prized possession, a moose, and that was just killed over there in my very own backyard." And the Scotsman slams his beer down on the table in shock and says, "My God, if that's a moose, I'd love to see the size of your cat."
There's a moose loose about this house.
I put on an accent for that one and everything.
It doesn't mean it was a good joke.
Ah, there was effort though.
There was effort. What do you call a knight made entirely of fine china?
Go on.
Ceramic.
It's good.
Yeah.
What do you call a knight who's made entirely of circles?
Circumference.
Circumference.
What do you call a knight who's made entirely of skin that was cut off of your willy at birth?
Circumcision.
There you go. Your turn.
Good.
No, come on, let's keep going with the sirs.
What do you call a knight that is constantly shocking people?
Don't know.
Surprise.
That's good. What do you call a knight that is is too big?
Go on.
Surplus.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
That's good.
Do you want to do
I
any
can't
more?
think of any more.
Okay.
There was a murder in our town, and people often suspected it was either the police or the doctor, but it turns out it was the artist who I found sketchy.
Because he was sketching.
He was sketching.
Damn, he'd be sketching. I've started naming people after shops, Tim.
Yep.
You could be next.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Good.
I need to tell my girlfriend that she's using way too many teeth when she goes down on me, but I don't want to hurt her feelings. How do I soften the blow?
Good. Okay. What would you get if you... Oh, my God, why did I choose this? What would you get if a dinosaur kicked you up the bum?
A megasaur ass.
A megasaur ass.
Yeah. A gynecologist noticed that his new patient was a little nervous while putting on the latex gloves. He asked, "Do you know how they make these?" And she said, "No." He goes, "There's a factory in Mexico where people dip their hand sizes into the latex and then let them dry." She didn't even smile. She didn't smile, but then suddenly burst out laughing. And she said, "What's so funny?" She said, "I'm imagining how they make the condoms."
Not sure about that one.
Sure.
Tim, if anyone gets a DM from me about canned meat, don't open it. It's spam.
Yep. Good. I think I had this joke last week, so I'm going to leave it out. So I got one last joke.
I
And
had
then
one
we're going to
last
get to
as
the
well.
we're going to get to the inevitable kick the bucket joke.
Yeah, probably.
3 old guys die on Christmas Eve and arrive at the pearly gates. St. Peter welcomes them to take a step forward and says, "Gentlemen, since it's Christmas Eve, I have special VIP passes to all the extra good stuff in heaven. But all you need to do to get your own is to show me something Christmas related on your way in." Cool.
Oh, yeah.
First guy pulls out his car keys and says, "Look, there." He jingles them and he goes, "Look, these are jingle bells." He goes, "Oh, okay,
Terrible.
all right, yeah." Second guy whips out a lighter and goes, "This is a Christmas candle." Yeah, okay.
They're all going to hell.
Third guy, Peter chuckles, goes, "Good one. Here's your passes, guys." And the third guy digs around in his pocket and pulls out some women's underwear. And Peter goes, "Why do you have some women's underwear?" And he goes, "Oh, these are Carol's."
That's quite good.
That's it. That's my last joke.
Quite a long setup for quite a short punchline.
Yeah.
Tim told the nurse that I was bitten by a wolf.
Oh, yeah?
Where? She said. No, regular.
It's good.
Yeah. I lied. I have more. I just might get broken up by this.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Okay.
Trump said they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Tim, Dad asked me, "What's the line in the witch in the wardrobe? What's the line in the witch doing in your wardrobe?" I replied, "None of your business."
I don't get it.
Narnia, a lion, a witch in the
Oh,
wardrobe.
none of your business.
None of your business.
Oh, no.
I wasn't originally going to get I wasn't originally going to get a brain transplant. Then I changed my mind.
It's good.
Yep. So
Not
we
quite
keep
there,
going.
though.
I spend my time telling people about the benefits of dried grapes. It's all about raising awareness.
Current events, innit?
Current events, hold on. What do you get if you boil a funny bone?
Go on.
Laughing stock.
I think it's the fact you laughed a little bit first.
Let's just go this. Come on.
There we go.
There we go.
That's pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's Just
So
realised
I
how much of a
joked.
fucking mess my hair is.
You look lovely, Tim.
I haven't
Don't
brushed my
worry.
hair today. I've not been out of the house.
Well, that's good to know. So the joke of the week is, what'd you get if you boil a funny bone? Laughing stock. I have this list of jokes that I compile over the week on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Sure.
And I bookmark them and I go through them. And the further down I get, the dumber they get. So I think Tim's going to laugh at one of these later on because they're like ones that you tell to kids. They're really stupid.
I have a simple mind. I have a walnut brain.
You have a walnut brain. Tim, my phone's falling apart.
What's going on with it?
So I can show. Let me just turn the screen off. Can you see that? So that's the screen at the front. Look at the corner there.
Oh, yeah?
There's a big chunk missing. There's also big chunks missing out the back there and
Jesus.
there. And that's that. And then I don't know if you can see. Look at the screen.
Oh, that's bowing out. Have you not got a spicy pillow in there?
I don't know what a spicy pillow is.
A battery that's inflating.
Oh, maybe.
I'd probably maybe want to get that changed if the screen's doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I will do. It'll probably be next month. But, spicy pillow, eh?
Spicy pillow.
Tim, what do you want to do next?
We can do history.
We'll do history. I mean, I'll be real with you. I think this is going to be a short episode. I've been moving a lot of furniture today.
Yeah.
And I am tired. And we have 2
Knackered.
episodes to do after this. So, history it is.
Good shit. History. Edmund Halley, known for his insights into comets and precisely identifying the cylindrical nature of Halley's comet, developed a theory about the Earth in 1691.
Okay.
He deduced that the Earth's magnetic field changes because the Earth was hollow.
We're on to Hollow Earth theory. I'm looking forward to this.
Halley believed that the hollow Earth lived in the middle of our planet.
Okay. So wait, are we on the outside or the inside?
We're on the outside, but there is stuff on the inside.
Okay. Mole people.
Yeah. He described the Earth as consisting of a hollow shell about 500 miles thick, and inside this shell, he theorized 2 inner concentric shells and an innermost core. So essentially 3 layers of Earth and then the core.
So there is a core to the Earth,
Yeah.
but this, I was going to say guy, whack job, thinks that there is a space between us and that core that is hollow and lived in.
Yes, and there's 2 layers of it.
Whack job.
Yep. These inner spheres had diameters similar to Venus and Mars and Mercury.
How fucking big is the Earth in this man's mind?
Don't know. He thinks it's 1691. So,
Okay.
Halley stated that atmospheres separated by the atmospheres had separated the shells. I'll start again. Halley stated that the atmospheres separated the shells, and each shell had its own magnetic pole. He also believed the spheres rotated at different speeds.
Okay.
Despite the
Sounds
lack
like
of
the Earth is a fidget spinner.
It's one of them gyroscopes. Despite the lack of scientific proof, Halley's idea of a race of rational beings populating the hollow Earth resonated with people throughout the 19th century.
Cool.
Much of the hollow Earth belief was due to the presumption that planets circling the sun must have supported sentient life. It was reasoned that God did nothing without purpose, and therefore God would have wanted to have placed life on other planets that inhabit them just as the Earth was inhabiting them.
Right.
That's his justification for it.
I mean, okay, it's a fairly weak justification, but it's a fairly wacko theory, so...
Yeah. John Sims was born in 1779 into a well-known family. His uncle was a delegate to the Congressional Congress, fought in the Revolutionary War, and served on the New Jersey Supreme Court. John added junior to his name, though, to avoid confusion with his famous uncle, even though he was not technically a junior.
John Sims Jr.
John Sims Jr. That's what we're going to call him.
We're going to call him Junior.
We're going to call him JJ.
No, Junior.
Junior.
Was
he joined
that Sean Connery, Tim?
I think it was a little bit junior.
Your Junior was like, a Junior!
Junior.
It was a bit more Billy Connolly than Sean Connery.
He joined the military at 18 and had a very successful career serving as captain in the War of 1812 and even winning a duel. Wow.
Ooh.
He learned French and Spanish and married Marianne Longwood. And in 1816, he left the army and settled
Change
in
his name to Longwood so he can say, I'll give you Longwood.
Junior.
Junior.
In 1816, he left the army, though, and settled in St. Louis to trade with Fox Indians. John was described as a radical thinker and a pseudo-scientist.
Okay.
These two are going to collide in a minute.
Boom, in the middle of an empty earth.
Yeah. In December 1817, John witnessed a comet explode, although it was actually a meteor, but whatever, who's counting?
Okay.
He interpreted the explosion as indicating that the object was hollow and open at its poles.
Okay.
Okay? From this...
I saw my tap turn on, so I think I have a direct link to the ocean.
Yeah. From this, he extrapolated that all planets were hollow and had holes at their ends and were filled with smarter people.
Well, I think they might be filled with smarter people than some, John.
In 1818, he published his handbill titled Circular Number 1, addressed to all of the world.
Okay.
This circular proclaimed an original and wholly American theory of the Earth's structure and geography. Sims declared, the Earth is hollow and habitable within, containing a number of solid concentric circles within one within the other, and that is open at the poles. He pledged he pledged his life to the support of this truth and offered to explore the hollow Earth if the world would support and aid him. You have a question?
Did you say that it's open at the poles?
Yeah, he's saying that the Earth has a mouth and asshole.
I think, I know that the time frame that he's saying this in is a little bit hard to get about, but his theory is disprovable by the fact that there isn't a mouth and asshole on the Earth.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Cool, moving on. He likened the Earth to a Russian nesting doll, and he dictated his treatise on the principle of the matter to his wife and her 10 children.
Okay.
It's noted. Where did I see this? It's noticed that she had been previously married with children. We don't know how many of these kids are his. How many of them are in the previous marriage? Doesn't matter. Not the
Let's
point of the
be
story.
honest. John doesn't sound like a shagger.
No. He requested 100 brave companions that would be well equipped to start in Siberia and in the fall with reindeer and sleighs on the ice. So he's going to go north.
Be Santa.
He's going to go find Santa. He promised they would find warm, rich land stocked with elves, stocked with 30 vegetables and animals, if not men, and they would return in the succeeding spring after reaching 1 degree northward of latitude 62. So
this man is an idiot.
He thinks there are elves in the earth. This might be the origin of Santa, to be honest.
This man is an idiot.
John printed 500 copies of this circular and sent them to philosophical societies, colleges, foreign rulers, governments, American politicians, natural philosophers throughout the United States and Europe. He also attached a certificate attesting to his sanity to each copy.
The fact that you think that you need to do that says that your theory is totally insane.
Where's your certificate says that you're not crazy? Here's mine.
It goes back to what we've always said to him. Nothing sexual. Well, clearly it's fucking sexual.
Do you remember that It's Always Sunny joke where it's like, we know Frank doesn't have donkey brains. Where's your certificate?
Yeah.
His circular was met with overwhelming ridicule, because of course it was. However, John was not deterred and continued to promote his theory relentlessly for the next decade. In 1820, he moved to Newport, Kentucky, an emerging outpost of American science, where he devoted himself to completely promoting this hollow earth theory. He toured the country, giving speeches with fees and donations covering travel and lecture expenses, but leaving his family in great debt. His family, including the 10 children, scraped by on rents inherited from farms, and his brother Peyton would occasionally help out with cash. John was described as a intelligent, informed, and tireless researcher who was 100% convinced of his theory. Although he was completely immune to shame and ridicule, never blamed critics, assuming it was his fault for not communicating clearly.
Okay.
So instead of being like, "Oh, they're just wrong and idiots," he's just like, "I'm not explaining myself."
Sorry, they're idiots.
No, they're not idiots. He's not explaining himself. He's not explaining himself correctly on these lectures.
So my theory is so robust that I'm explaining it poorly.
Correct. We're gonna go back to. Oh no, we're still on Sims. I got lost in the thing here. The first reference to his letter was in. I'll start that over. The first reference to his theory was in a letter to his stepson Anthony in August 1817, stating, "From the coup formation of Saturn, I infer it all planets and globes are hollow." He was influenced by Jean-Jacques de Marianne's theory on that Saturn's rings were the remnants of a broken outer shell. So he thinks that Saturn was also hollow and just the crust exploded and became one-dimensional, I guess.
Okay.
Science proposed that the Appalachian Mountains were the remnants of a collapsed ring that once encircled the Earth. He insisted he came up with the theory independently, despite similar ideas from Haley, Benjamin Franklin, Swiss mathematician Leonard Euler, and the Aboriginal mythology.
But I never saw them. No,
Never
it's
saw
my idea. Nothing sexual, by the way.
Nothing sexual, by the way, and also I'm sane. John would take...
Look, here's my certificate. No donkey brain.
Here's my paper and 500 papers. John would take almost any factors he encountered and jam it into his theory, including descriptions of clouds, the aurora borealis, magnetic variation, temperature distributions, wind and ocean currents, aboriginal hunting practices, animal migrations, and driftwood distribution.
Oh, my God.
He believed that since bones and feather quills were hollow, so was the Earth.
What?
That was his theory.
Well, bones have space in them.
This glass I'm drinking out of is empty, and so the Earth must be too.
This hat has a space that you could fill with a head, so clearly the Earth has it as well.
Yeah, the Earth has a hat.
Yeah.
He pinpointed the exact locations of the polar openings using patterns of isotherms, vegetation, and ice distribution, claiming the southern opening was larger. The Earth's asshole was bigger than its mouth.
Gaping.
When critics pointed out that vegetables need light and warmth to grow inside the Earth, John claimed a dense atmosphere at the poles would cause light refraction, bending rays of light to make the interior warm and bright.
John's an idiot. I hate him so much.
He's so convinced of this. I commend his commitment to it.
Just imagine if you were John's neighbour. Hi, John. Oh, fucking hell, he's talking about the Earth again.
He's digging again, looking for light.
Oh, God.
When challenged about the lack of gravity in the middle of the Earth, John simply stated that Newton was wrong about gravity.
Clearly, and that is utterly provable that Newton was wrong.
Natural historian Thomas Laycock described Symes as having a partial insanity and a aberration of an unregulated mind, noting he perverted facts to support his absurd theory. Despite ridicule, Symes gained popularity in the West, particularly in Cincinnati, where his lectures were being actually very well received, and he started to get favourable press. By 1823, his enthusiasts hosted benefits and began organising the logistics for Captain Symes' polar expedition. People in Ohio, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina petitioned to Congress to fund the mission. Jeremiah Reynolds, an Ohio newspaper editor, became Symes' biggest and most important convert, becoming a protege and bearer of his legacy.
Can you imagine a more Ohio name than Jeremiah Reynolds?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Ohio.
Reynolds convinced Symes to tour the East Coast, which initially struggled but picked up steam, with people coming to see the crazy man, but wondering if he might be right.
He's got papers.
He's got papers. He has a very important one attached to those papers.
Yeah, no donkey brains here.
No donkey brains. They learned that Count Romanov, Chancellor of Russia, was also planning a polar expedition and wanted Symes to be a part of it. Symes used this information to rile up the American audiences, stating he would go to Romanov unless the countrymen sent him up north first, tapping into American nationalism to gain legitimacy. Symes and Reynolds had a public argument when Reynolds acknowledged that people might not live inside the Earth, though they later made up their partnership was dissolved. Yep.
Romanov is a brand of vodka.
Is it really?
Explains quite a lot.
All right. Symes gained unprecedented respect with Harvard students embracing his theory, to the faculty's alarm, who held special lectures to counter the madness, and they also began taking the colleges began taking interest. Enthusiastic press coverage also followed him wherever he went at this stage in his life.
Understandable.
In late 1827, Syme's chronic stomach problems worsened. He had chronic stomach problems, by the way. Probably should have mentioned that. He died in 1829 in New Jersey, ending his dream of a polar expedition. Though public interest in his theories waned after his death, the impact he had was significant. Reynolds continued to champion the idea of polar holes and a hollow Earth. In 1828, before Syme's death, Reynolds met with President Quincy Adams and the Secretary of the Navy, Samuel Southwood, who supported Congress to fund an expedition.
Why on earth have they given this crackpot access to the president?
It's a theory. It seems like around this time that if you just had an interesting idea, the president wanted a chat.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Particularly with Teddy Roosevelt, I found when researching stuff.
He just loves nut jobs.
Yep. Congress agreed that the president could send one of the Navy ships to ensure the South Pacific, quote, seeking a big fucking hole or portal.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Reynolds was appointed a special agent of the Navy to oversee the journey, but political infighting in early 1812 killed the trip. So in 1829, rather, I should say.
Oh, they never got to prove their theory. Oh, what a shame.
Undeterred, Reynolds sought private funding that was successful in the South Sea Fur Company and exploring expedition, who believed they would find riches, super cows, and bigger minks inside the Earth.
What a weird, specific group of things to want to find.
Super cows.
I don't give a shit what I find, unless it's super cows.
3 ships set sail in October 1829 for the South Pacific, but the crews mutinied, and the ships returned to New York shortly after. Reynolds was left stranded in Chile for 2 years, though, as a result of this mutiny.
And then the Chilean people said, "You are bonkers, go away."
He returned home in 1834 and continued trying to make the South Pole expedition happen. And in 1836, Reynolds gave an impassioned speech at the House of Representatives, leading to a bill to be passed and supported by President Jackson. In 1838, the Great United States Exploring Expedition set sail under Lieutenant Charles Wilkes, though Reynolds stayed behind. Over the 4 years, the ships surveyed the South Pacific, found nearly 300 islands, 1,500 miles of coastal Antarctica, establishing it as a continent. There was some good geography outcome there, I suppose.
Absolutely not what was intended, though.
In 1838... Oh, no, we've done that bit. They did not find a hole, though, that led to the middle of the planet, which is what Reynolds wanted, of course.
What?
Why? However, the expedition established the US as a country capable of making world-class scientific contributions and set a precedent for scientific exploration and research in America. John Simon Americarus, that's Sim's son. He named his son Americus. Remained...
That's what I imagine quite a lot of MAGA children are called.
Oh, I know. Remained devoted to his father's theory and promoted it. And in 1871, Charles F. Hall set out on his Polaris expedition to reach the North Pole, shocked that the American Geological Society by announcing his belief in Syme's theory and his determination to find the Earth's entrance. So his son's just being like, I'll do it.
As if wasting one human life wasn't enough.
Hall later fell ill and died, accusing crew members of poisoning him. Exhumation? Autopsy is what I'm just going to call it here because I don't know what this is pulled out. An autopsy in 1968 revealed he had ingested arsenic, so he might have been poisoned.
Good.
Interesting. The Polaris ship made it further north than any other ship, but 19 men got separated and were lost for 6 months when an ice flow happened, I guess, around the ship before being rescued. They did not find the hole to the middle of the Earth. The idea of a hollow planet still exists today in a small segment of the population, recently gaining traction on the internet. There is a International Society for the Complete Earth. That's the name of the group. 2 expeditions, one chartered by a Russian icebreaker and another specially outfitted seaplane, are currently planned to find polar openings in the inner world in 2026. So, next year. Ultimately, John Sim's insane theory is credited with firing the imaginations, paving the way for the emergence of the United States as a decent contributor to world scientific knowledge and theory, an overall weird part of history. That's weird history this week.
Well, I enjoyed the Hollow Earth theory. The fact that people believe it, genuinely believe it, makes me despair for humanity.
Well, we also have people who believe in the flat Earth, so it's one of them.
Well, Yes, okay. So I think flat Earth is probably a step even further because if you go on a plane, you can see the horizon.
Well, you can just put a stick down on the ground with like measurements on it and walk away from it and see the stick get lower as it goes over the horizon.
Yeah. I like the amount of people who are flat earthers who try to prove flat Earth theory and in the process prove that the Earth is round.
It's amazing.
But I mean, hollow Earth theory is it's an idea.
It's an era.
But it is mental. Supercars. Do you want to know a fun fact I found out, Tim?
Go on.
If you are stood, so you wake up, you've on a big night out, Tim. You have a few too many shandies,
Sure.
and you wake up, and you open your eyes, and you're not sure where you are, and you see a lake. Did you know that means there's a 60% chance that you're in Canada?
I suppose they've got the most amount of lakes.
They have 60% of the world's lakes in
That's insane.
Canada. And most of them aren't named.
Huh.
The reason most of them aren't named is there was a big push to discover all of the landmass in Canada that they can do. I can't remember the exact date, but not that long ago. And do you know how many people are on the team of having to name these lakes?
Go on.
1.
Brilliant.
Do you know how many he gets through the year?
How many?
On average?
I'm going to say 0.5.
9.
Great.
So some years he does a lot, but he's been doing this for about 40 years is what I think I remember from the thing I heard this from. Some years he does loads, some years he does none. So just one man naming all the lakes, 60% of the lakes are in Canada. And I also found out, Tim, do you know the difference between a pond and a lake?
It's got to be depth, isn't it?
It is going to be depth, but it's something specific about the depth. In a lake, it gets so dark that sunlight can't go down and plants can't grow.
Ah,
Whereas in a pond, they can.
interesting.
There you go.
Interesting.
There you go. That's fucking all I've got for you, Tim.
That's amazing.
I told you, I didn't have a lot in me today.
That's fine. We can wrap this episode up here if you want.
I think we should. I can hear the cupboard banging,
Oh, I thought he was asleep.
but I know you've put a double lock on it, so let's just leave the lock on and Dom can rest for the week.
Yeah.
Okay? Tim, let's get to that history question.
Yeah, what was the name of the dog in Blue Peter?
Patches.
No, I'm going to give you one more guess.
Is it a classic dog name?
It's a half a dog name.
What the fuck does that mean?
Take a regular dog,
Yeah.
cut the name in half. Don't cut the dog in half.
Lab.
Nah, it's Shep.
Shep.
Yeah.
That was a really anticlimactic joke, Tim.
We'll see you
Not
next week,
joke,
everyone.
fact, sorry. Anyone you want to shout out?
Usual gang, Dan Squared, the Talking Smack gang.
Hot Dog Collective, anything
Hot Dog
else?
Collective, yep.
And Alex, let's shout out Alex.
Of course,
He's a lovely man. Right, Tim, we'll leave it there, and we'll see you in a week's time.
See you in a week.
What do we say?
Say that, you bastards.
Say that, you bastards. See you in a week.
Bye. There it is.